Welcome to NBA 2K TV. I'm your host, Chris Manning.
And I'm Alexis Morgan.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Miami Heat. For the Heat, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. And in today's game, size and reach.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Los Angeles Lakers look to grab a win on the home floor. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Looking at the Lakers, they took the win in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
Playing on the road, always a challenge, but it becomes a heck of a lot easier when you can shoot the three ball the way they did.
Oh, no doubt. And when you're hitting a high percentage on the perimeter, everything becomes easy.
So here is Miami's starting group. Down low, it's Johnson and Whiteside. Wade and Winslow out on the wings. And it's Dragic in at the point guard position. Both these teams play defense, and they play it well. Chris, talk about some common characteristics among lockdown defensive teams.
Well, I think the one consistent is pride. You have to have pride to play defense. You don't have to have your shot falling. You don't have to have anything but a competitive spirit to say, I'm not going to let this guy stop me. I'm not going to let this guy score, and I'm going to do anything I can to stop him. Then behind that comes great team communication, commitment from other players, help defense, because no one guy can really lock down one other player. But it has to be a culture, and it starts with that pride of not wanting anyone to score on you when you're in the floor.
Now Wade, after the missed three from Corey Harris. Passes it to Dragic. And the jam by Whiteside.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Now here is Harris. 11 points for him in that last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. And that one's good. AI
And even though AI didn't take a traditional path to the NBA, he's made inroads with the other players across the league. A lot of friends for that young man.
And you know, it would have been easy for AI to view himself, Greg, as an outsider after spending time in China and the G League, but he's put himself out there and can always be found chatting with other NBA stars.
Wade is an athletic beast. Look how he just demonstrates his impressive quickness on that drive right there.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to catch up with Eric Spoelstra a few minutes ago. He wants to win his second game of the season against this team, and the key, he said, is about limiting drives and penetration. He added, we can't allow them to play to their strengths, finishing around the rim. So it's important for us to own the paint. We'll see who wins that battle, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks.
Just really unselfish there. Harris is someone who knows when one of his guys is wide open.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment. Indeed, what a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now, here's Dragic. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Over AI. No good from Dragic. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 4.
Well, come on. To give Magic Johnson credit, the City of Angels, the Lakers wanted to make a big splash in free agency, and they did. Landing the biggest free agent that they could. Look, landing LeBron that instantly made their offseason a success. I mean, it took a lot to recruit LeBron. Give Magic Johnson credit. But this franchise has been the talk since he signed on.
And the Lakers wasted, Chris, no time filling the rest of the roster with veterans.
Yeah, Kevin, with LeBron on board, I think that's a solid idea. Look, the Lakers didn't land another huge free agency target. We all know that. But they did do a good job of building the team around LeBron. I mean, they have a nice blend of youth and veterans on this roster. And with LeBron, as we know, you never know. That could work.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for JaVale McGee. Beasley comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for James. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Harris. The Lakers with the ball after the Heat pick up 2. Zubac the pass to AI. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Waiters. We've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Rejected by Harris.
I mean, you have to be cognizant of where Harris is. He's solid at timing when to block shots.
Here's Johnson. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Lakers trail by 13. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Down low, it's Johnson and Whiteside. Justice Winslow out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Waiters in at the 3 slot. Now, here's AI. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. The 11-footer misses off the left iron.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Johnson finds Winslow. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
They would look like they had it figured out to take a couple bad shots and be right back to where they started.
There's Winslow after the made shot from AI. Winslow, the pass to Johnson. Here's Whiteside, and he banks in the layup. Whiteside's got the lead up to 13 now for the Heat. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
And what a story for Hassan Whiteside. A second-round pick back in 2011. He's bounced around. I mean, the G League, China. He even played over in Lebanon. It wasn't until 2015 that he emerged seemingly out of nowhere as a factor for the Miami Heat. A good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
Waiters outside. Pass to Wade. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Now, look, I like seeing Wade get loose inside. He's effective at converting deep in the post.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Grizzlies was terrific. He scored 18 points, and he did a good job to dish out a few assists to his teammates as well. He led the charge in what was another win for this team. They are firing on all cylinders. Kevin?
Nice work, David. Thank you. His contribution in that game was a big one.
And whenever he's that effective, it makes them so much stronger as a team. It doesn't have to do it all, but it helps when he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, especially when you know a team's ready for you. He's going to have a lot of eyes on him tonight, so he's going to have to step his game up. The defense is going to be ready for him.
And one aspect of what has made AI so successful is his work ethic, Greg. It's second to none.
It makes sense given just how hard AI has had to work just to get a chance to get in the league. Glad to see that he doesn't feel like he can rest on his laurels and still wants to hone his game. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
You better at least get a hand up on Wade. I mean, he's more than capable of bearing the triple.
Now here is Harris. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
That's just...
And so it's the Miami Heat with an 8. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, Goran Dragic has been exceptional here, guys.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Harris is out there with AI. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint. NBA offenses have always been complex, and they always are evolving. But C-Web, the movement and precision now seems to be at another level. Would you agree?
You know what, Kev, I disagree a little bit with that. You know, having played in different teams with some complex offenses, it's still all the basics. You still have the old flex offense, and that's nothing but what Utah, Karl Malone, and John Stockton used some 20 years ago. You still have triangle principles, which is what Jordan and Pippen used some 20, 25 years ago. And if you really want to go back to the Bob Cousy days when he played with Bill Russell, you still have a lot of throwing it into the post and cutting off of it. I think the players have evolved and the players' skill sets are better. But as far as offensive sets, I don't see that much has changed, except how do you execute them, and can you execute them with having the right position players with the correct skill set on the floor at the time that you're calling the play.
I love your honest appraisal.
And he's just always an easy target on the alley-oop. With Whiteside's size and wingspan, it's just a matter of putting the ball up there where only he can go get it.
And it's AI missing. The Heat leading by 16. Dragic with it. He's got 11. And the shot goes in.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
Harris passes to AI. Good, and a nice assist from Corey Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Solid start to the half for them. 3 of 4 from the field now.
Here's Wade. Here's Whiteside. Goes back up, and he sinks the layup. Whiteside's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
That's part of what makes him a great player. His effort level always stays high.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. McGee with the block. Tries again. Goes up with it again. And Whiteside finishes it off. Whiteside's got 12 points in the game.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing...
Here's Olynyk, and he overshot that one, missing. Lakers trailed by 19. On the court for the Heat, Olynyk down low with Whiteside. Dragic and Wade, the two playmakers in the guard spots. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. And the basket by Olynyk.
Wow, you can't leave him open. Olynyk will knock it down every time.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
AI, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Right side, Dragic. And that one is off. Some solid defensive work there from AI. He kicks it to McGee. Here's AI. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Oh, terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
Miami leading by 19. And there's the pass to Olynyk. Here's Dragic. Misses in close.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. And the Heat lead by 21.
Wade is an active defender. He's superb at slapping the ball away from the opposition.
AI kicks to LeBron. Back to AI. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. For a long time, beat writers and media personnel have determined NBA awards. C-Webb is someone who's been up for some of these. Do you feel the voting system as structured now is fair?
I don't know how it can be fair if it doesn't have any players or coaches involved. You know, I can't necessarily vote on the best doctors because I don't know what it entails, but I can definitely trust other doctors to give their comments on their peers. I think peer awareness is some of the most reliable that you can go for. But, I mean, we have some very knowledgeable writers, sports writers, and media personnel that know. But for the most part, you need help of the players and the coaches to make sure that the integrity is there. Those passes into the paint have to be precise, just like that one.
Now here's Dragic. Defense is right there. Pass to Whiteside. Offensive rebound. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure.
And so Miami takes this one.